Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक ओटीटी के दाम पे सारे ओटीटी शान से।
South Africa have won 6 out of 6 and yet so fine are the margins of this tournament that a defeat against West Indies could well see them knocked out of the competition. So much to play for in Antigua. We build up to the last game of Super 8 Group 2 on Maruti Suzuki Arena. Presents ESPNcricinfo Timeout, powered by Dishtv Watcho, with Morne Morkel giving us company. Morne, thank you for your time. It's such fine margins involved here. South Africa have looked like among the better sides in the competition. But heading into what is an effective knockout, it bodes well that they've just won what was such a tense finish against the defending champions.
It's crunch time in the World Cup. You know, this is a time where, as spectators, we really get into it, and you know, you glue to the TV. South Africa, obviously coming off a great, fantastic win against England, defending 156. I thought, you know, was an excellent job. And sort of seeing videos online of the celebrations and just how much that meant for the change room was fantastic. And it's going to be tough for the West Indies, you know, playing against a confident South African team who now believes a lot in their ability. We've got some batters now like Quinton, who's on form. Your bowling attack that defended a low score against a quality batting lineup, you know, like England, will give us South African guys a lot of confidence. And, you know, that's why I'm so looking forward to this contest against the West Indies. It's basically a quarter-final, a knockout game. So let's hope the weather plays its part as well.
Yeah, let's start getting into those subplots that you bring up. And where better to begin than Quinton de Kock? He's transformed his own form in the Super 8s, been key to South Africa's performances in the 2 Super 8 victories. How big is the mantle that rests on him?
Obviously, he's a senior player. In a big game, you want your senior players to stand up. Man of the match in the last 2 games for South Africa. You know, a lot of guys on social media or in the media were sort of asking or calling for Quinny's head. And I'm just happy and so glad that the management, the coaching staff, you know, stuck with him. He is a player that as soon as he starts finding the middle of the bat, he's a dangerous player. And we saw that against England, you know, on a tough wicket where most of the batters struggled. Quinny made it look easy, and yeah, I think it's going to be, you know, crucial again for him in this knockout game, or in this important game, that he leads from the front. But what a great time for him to be finding the middle of the bat and to be in form.
Yeah, when you look at the way West Indies line up with the ball, Akeal Hosein plays a key role. He tends to bowl 3 in the power play. So how de Kock takes on Akeal Hosein could have a huge bearing to how this game begins for South Africa.
For sure. I think, you know, there was also in the last game a lot spoken about the de Kock Moeen Ali matchup, and you could see, you know, even in that first over, I think Moeen bowled the second over, Quinton looked to take him on. So I don't think he's gonna hold back. I don't think he's gonna, you know, think anything dismissal or how, you know, he's gonna get sort of tied down. For Quinny now, he's in form, he's hitting the ball well, and he knows that it's very important in his first 6 to get South Africa off to a good start. And yeah, so I think he'll go attacking. He'll sum up the conditions, or maybe take a ball or 2 just to get used to the bounce and the pace of the wicket. But I don't think he's going to play in any conservative or any way less than looking to score.
Now, following on from de Kock and whatever happens at the start of the innings, what looks like an intriguing contest within this game is how South Africa's middle order tackle West Indies spinners. The West Indian spinners have done the bulk of the damage for them so far in this competition. How do you see that battle panning out, and how much of a bearing could it have on the result?
I feel it will be a smart game plan, or a plan from the West Indies to take pace off. We saw also again in the World Cup, and especially the last game, South Africa actually enjoys that bit of pace on the ball. So I think South Africa can plan or expect a lot of spin to be bowled in that middle phase. That's obviously one of the strengths of the West Indian team. And yeah, to be honest, I mean, that might even play into South Africa's hands slightly. Do they bring in maybe a Shamsi? They're a team that's worked a lot on rotating spin and getting high strike rates to spin in a World Cup. We're yet to see that happening. But for me, that's all left arm finger spin. There's no real mystery spin or leg spin that's gonna play a role. So if South Africa get themselves a platform up front, you can see the Claessens, the Millers, Stubbs, the Markrams really trying to sort of bat West Indies out of the game.
Yeah, just one question around the personnel. Otniel Bartman had that difficult last over against England. Looking at the conditions, looking at the opposition, do you stick with Bartman or would you be tempted to play Tabraiz Shamsi?
Again, that's a tough one. It's a night game. We saw sort of when I listened to Aiden Markram after the USA game. He did mention that the wicket did change a lot during the phase of the game. New ball played differently. It sort of slowed down a little bit with the older ball. I just think it's it's important against West Indies as well. To take a little bit of pace off the ball. I would like to see the variation of Shamsi coming back into the team. He's a wicket taker as well. West Indies, I feel there's a bit of a red flag when it comes to left arm spin and sort of left arm orthodox or wrist spin. And I feel like Shamsi can fit that role. There's enough cover for me with the new ball. Marco Jansen bowled an excellent death over there. Nortje bowled well. You still got Rabada. So I think in terms of covering bases with seam, South Africa tick that box. I would like to see Shamsi come back into that 11 and just give South Africa another angle of attack with the extra option of taking the pace slightly off the ball if the wicket is on the slower side.
All right, Morne, it was quite a sight to see you after that nervy finish in the win against England. We will wish you well for South Africa in this crunch contest against West Indies. Thank you so much for your time. All to play for then in Antigua.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।